Hello everybody, it's Brian for GadgetUnit.com, and today I'll be taking a look at the see-through for the iPhone 5. This case comes from a company called iWALK, and it's available for $34.99 from iWalkusa.com. So for your $35, this is all you get. Here's a quick look at the packaging. It's pretty simple, so there's not too much to show in that regard. But getting into the the packaging, you'll see that all you get is the case itself, and for $35 that's actually quite disappointing. I would have loved to see a screen protector at least, but that's not the case with this case. Now, as you can tell, this case is a flip open style case, so your iPhone 5 slides into the right portion and you have this flap here that covers the front of your phone, and it is held into place with a magnet. So let me go ahead and take this foam insert out and insert the iPhone 5 into the case. And now you will soon see the number of issues that I have with this particular case. So it's a very tight fit, so you don't have to worry about your iPhone 5 sliding out from the left side or anything like that. But this is what it looks like once your iPhone 5 is inserted into the case. You can see that once we close the front cover, oh wait, you can't. That's because there's a little bit of an issue with the way this case works, and it practically makes this case unusable. I don't think that they did very much quality testing with this particular case. The phone is all the way towards the right side, yet the front cover just doesn't want to stay closed. Now, I do have an anti-glare screen shield, but it's thin enough to where it shouldn't really mess with this at all. But it's really disappointing because this could be a very good case if it weren't for this front cover not properly staying shut all the way. I imagine that if you try to stretch this a little bit, it might work a little bit better, but it just doesn't work. But anyway, moving on to the rest of the case, you'll see that on the left side of your phone, you can't access anything once the cover is closed. There's also a little cutout in the upper right, and I'm not too sure what that's for. I mean, it's exposing part of the front display, and it just doesn't really make too much sense to me. Unless you want to quickly check on your battery life, you could do that. Of course, it's covering up the ambient light sensors, so my display brightness is really low, so you can't really see it too well. At the bottom left, though, we have the iWALK logo, which looks kind of nice. In terms of design, I'm really impressed with it. It looks really professional and classy. Since I'm looking at the back, here's what the camera cutout looks like. It covers just an ever so slightly area of the top of the camera, so that might pose some issues depending on the type of photos you're trying to take. At the top, we have access to our power button, while at the bottom we have access to our 3.5mm headset jack and lightning port, but your microphone is completely covered and most of your speaker is also covered. So if you want to use this for phone calls, sort of fold the front flap back and put this towards your head and use it to make phone calls, you are not able to do that because your microphone is covered up. So unless you have headphones with an inline microphone to use, then you won't be able to use this to make calls. The inside of the case, though, has a nice microfiber lining, so in that regard it's nice, and we have a little bit of the branding here on the inside cover. It just says see-through for iPhone 5. Of course, you would already expect to know that if you purchase this case. I think that this case has a lot of potential. I really do like it. I like how the front cover actually is able to stay closed because there's actually a little magnet inside of here to do that. But everything else about this case is just flawed. You aren't able to keep the front cover closed. This cutout doesn't make too much sense. Your microphone and most of the speaker is covered. You can't access your volume buttons or your silent switch while the front cover is closed. If they would fix some of these issues, or all of them actually, I could easily recommend this case, but at $35, especially at that price, it's simply not worth it due to these flaws. Maybe they'll make fixed versions, but I don't know. It's a bit of a disappointment to see these because I really do think that this case has a lot of potential. There are just a number of issues. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback about this or anything else, feel free to leave those down below in the comments area. But that's it with this video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you all very soon.